So last week, Brandon, my bestie from the resties, hey, he started talking about emotions, and he brought up this really cool video or the movie called Inside Out, and he talked about two different characters that were in. What's the little girl's name? Does anyone remember? Maddie?
Riley.
Cassie? What?
Riley.
Riley, thank you so much. Thank you. So in Riley's head, can anyone tell me who we talked about? Raise your hand if you know the two characters that we talked about. Yeah, Matt. Give me one of the characters, Matt Watson.
I think he's muted still, Jeremy.
1 second.
1 sec, Matt.
Go for it, Matt Watson.
Anger.
Anger. We did talk about anger. This guy right here. And he does not look happy, does he? No. Brandon talked about how when we get angry, sometimes we let our emotions spill out in different ways, right? So maybe we could yell at somebody, or maybe we can throw something, or say some not nice words, or just feel out of control. That's something that anger does to us. And then raise your hand if you know the other one that we talked about. Yeah, Michael or Reagan, what was the other one? Oh, hold on 1 second, Michael. Jeremy's going to unfreeze you or unmute you.
You're good, Michael.
What was the other character that Brandon talked about?
Anger.
We talked about anger. What was the other one?
Sadness.
No.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're okay, Michael. Carmen's got her hand
Yeah,
up.
what? Go ahead, Carmen.
Fear.
It was fear, yeah. And he talked about how sometimes we're afraid of things, or we get anxious about things, and we think, oh no, what if this happens? And oh no, I don't want to go into that haunted house. It's going to be so scary, and I don't like that. Or some people like to be a little scared. But sometimes we can feel angry, and sometimes we can feel scared. But we're going to talk about two other emotions. So we're going to talk about the first one. Oh yeah, those are the ones that we talked about. Great job. Sadness. Oh no. Does anyone see why they call sadness? Sometimes they say, oh, I'm feeling blue. It's because look at sadness. She looks so upset. So sadness is something that happens. It makes us sad when maybe we lose something or someone we love, or sometimes we cry when we're sad. And sometimes we can feel sad about when we're disappointed. So sometimes we look forward to things, or we think that something's going to happen, and then it doesn't, and it makes us really, really upset. So for example, I thought that I was going to be able to go on a vacation for spring break. And then I learned I didn't get to go on vacation, and I was bummed out. I was like, man, I really wanted to go on that. I was really looking forward to it. I was happy about it. And then we couldn't. And then it made me sad. And so sometimes it can be something little, like, you know what my dog did? I was working on grading some papers and helping some of my kids online, and my dog chewed up my favorite pen that I was working on. And I was like, oh, come on, man, that stinks. I hate when that happens. And then it can also be sometimes when we maybe lose someone we love. If someone gets sick or they pass away, that can be real sadness. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. But the next emotion we are talking about is joy. Joy and sadness are very opposite. Joy makes us feel happy. It makes us feel good. It may happen when someone says something nice to us. We might laugh or smile. So I know that I have joy when I hang out with my friends. Raise your hand if you have joy when you hang out with your friends. So you can see her body language. She has this wide smile, and she's, I don't know, reaching for the sky. I don't know what she's doing. She's just excited. She's leaping, galloping. Joy happens when things, sometimes when they go the way we want to, or maybe someone surprises us with something nice. The other day I was feeling really sad, and Cody brought me ice cream, because he said, you know what, I can see that Nicole is sad, and I really want to bring her joy by something small, and I want to give her some ice cream. And it was great, and it made me so happy. So the only other one that we didn't talk about was disgust. And that's kind of like when we don't like something. I didn't do a slide for her, but that's just the other character on there, the green one. She thinks things are gross. So remember in that video, she was said, oh no, broccoli's coming. Nope, we're not going to eat that broccoli. She was the one that said, nope, we're not going to do that. So in the Bible, it tells us that emotions are okay. All of these emotions, fear, anger, sadness, and joy, those are okay. In the Bible, in a book of Ecclesiastes, it says there is a time to weep. Weeping means crying. And there's a time to laugh. And there's a time to be sad. And there's a time to dance. So there are times in our lives that we're going to be sad. The Lord knows that that's going to happen. But he has given us the ability to get through those emotions. And he's given us the ability to have the highest joy possible. He wants us to have fun. He wants us to live on this earth. He doesn't want bad things to happen to us, but he knows that because sin is in the world, that it's going to happen. And so he wants to prepare us and equip us with his love. So when things are really, really good, we can say, hey, thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much for giving me this joy. And when we're sad, we can say, Jesus, I'm really sad today. Please help me to get rid of this sadness. And we can even thank him for being with us when we're sad. And when we're angry, we can sit and we can say, Lord, I am very angry right now, just like we would a friend. And when we're scared, we can call out to the Lord. One of the stories that we heard in camp a few times is when the disciples were on the boat and Jesus was out on the sea, and they were like, Jesus, save us. Oh my goodness, we're so scared. They cried out and they said, please save us, help us, Jesus. And did Jesus save them? Yeah, he did, because he wants to be there for us. He wants to love us. So all of these emotions are good. These emotions are things that we get to experience here on earth, and they all have a purpose. So what we're going to do is we are going to break up into small groups, and we're going to talk about these questions. Okay? So yeah, leaders, if you will take a picture of this, just so that you have it, and we will break up into groups.